Okay, now we're gonna mix it up and we are going to use what are called relative coordinates. Okay, a relative coordinate is still x comma y, but the difference is we add an at symbol in front of it. Now, the benefit of the at symbol is instead of counting from the origin each time, you count from its previous location. So, for instance, if we were going to start this problem, I'm still going to put my first point at 0, 0. Now, I'm still going to plot this point from the origin, so you're not seeing a difference yet. This line length is 8, so it would be 8, 0 because I don't have to go up or down. Now, you can type this in as 8, 0. You could type it in as at 8, 0. You're going to get the same response. But it's here. This point is where you're going to see the first significant difference. Now, instead of counting from the origin, we're going to count from here. So to travel, so it's almost like you're pretending that this is your new origin. We need to travel vertical. So we don't need to go left or right. All we have to do is go straight up. So that's going to make my x 0. So it's going to be 0, I need to go straight up 5. So it'd be at 0, 5. When we type that into CAD, it's telling us, or telling the computer, from its previous point, you're going 0 in the y and up 5 in the x. Right, now here's where it gets, okay, so the benefit of using a relative coordinate is it's less counting in the sense that we're not counting from the origin each time. So you're just moving with the line. Okay, you're just from point to point. So it is less counting, especially like when we're getting to all of these. We're not going to have to add those up. The disadvantage is now when you travel either x, or in the left, it's going to be a negative x, or down, that's going to make it a negative y. So with absolute, depending on where you position your drawing, it's always going to be either a positive x or positive y, assuming you're putting it in the first quadrant. With relative, we are now going to have negative distances. So for instance, we're here and we want to get to this point. So we need to travel in the left, in our x, 1.5. So that's going to be a negative 1.5. Because if this was your origin, you would have to move to the left of the 0, which everything in that second quadrant for x is a negative. Okay, and since we're moving straight over, it's going to just be a 0 for the y. So with a relative coordinate, anytime you have a horizontal or vertical line, you're always going to have at least 1 0 in your coordinate. Okay, if it's a horizontal line, the y is 0. If it's a vertical line, your x is going to be 0. Okay, so this is a vertical line, so my x is going to be 0. So I'm going to start with the at symbol. All I'm doing is counting from here to here. So I don't need to go left or right, so it's going to be at 0, this time I need to go down. So I need to go down, which is a negative y. Okay, so a negative y when you're going down. So a negative, I need to solve for this distance. If the overall is 5, and from here to here is 1.5, I need to take 5 minus 1.5, so that should be 3.5. So this point is going to be a negative 3.5. Again, we're just going to continue. You could, I don't know, I always go counterclockwise. If coordinates confuse you with the positive and negative, you could go clockwise. Right, so from here, going to the left, again, we're only counting from our previous location. So I'm going to start with the at, This time we're going to the left, 1.75. So at negative 1.75, comma 0. Okay, going up, be at, okay, we don't have to go left or right, so our x is going to be 0, comma, now we need to know this distance. So we knew this line is 3.5. So if we started with that, the 3.5 minus 1 is now 2.5. So we're going up 2.5. Okay, and again, now that I got you started, I would like you to try it on your own. If you have any questions, please reach out. You can email me, send me a message and remind, but I would be happy to help you.